Hi everybody, it's Merry Christmas. It's actually the 23rd of December, but this is the last video in the series. And if you can recall the others that you've seen so far, we've been talking about how we put together training programs for our athletes, right from the very first moment they contact us to the moment they start training. So far it's all been quite theoretical. We've involved the athlete a lot, as you might expect, and with a bit of negotiation, toing and froing and questioning and chatting, we've created a program that's going to fit in with their lifestyle and their ambitions and their current fitness level. So now they're off and running. I showed you that the other day how I put stuff together on Training Peaks, and that's their reference. And every day after they've done their training, they can load up their Garmin files or their Polar files into Training Peaks and keep a training diary. They also should be loading up what I call daily metrics, which it's a scoring system that Training Peaks has, but it's not exclusive to that, where they can show me and record themselves how they're feeling on a day-to-day basis, what quality their sleep is, how much stress they've got, how motivated they are to train, etc. And all of this builds up a picture. So the big thing that I told you about at the beginning that I was going to disclose was that training is all about you. It's all about you. It shouldn't be about me as your coach. Remember at the beginning we talked about satellite navigation. I'm doing the guiding, suggesting directions for you to take. You're doing the driving. Okay? So when you have a coach, and I do hear about coaches that do this, who say, well, if you want to do an Ironman, you need to do this sort of training. That's true, but you have to also fit it into your own lifestyle. So if you can't do 20 hours of training a week, it's no good somebody saying this is what you need to do if you want to qualify for Hawaii or if you want to finish an Ironman. You have to do what you can recover with and recover from and cope with. Okay, so it's all about you. And despite the fact that I've set you a program, life changes. You have emergencies. You have to work late at work. People get ill. You get ill. You get injured. Yeah. Other parts of life's eventualities take over, and your training has to be adjusted. So it's all about you, and this is how I make sure it's all about you. Okay, so on the board here, you're in the centre. This is called athlete-centred training. It's not coach-centred. It's not about what I want. It's about what you want, and I'm trying to give you what you want. So it's all about you. So all of my athletes have weekly calls. There's a schedule. As soon as somebody signs up, they get a little scheduled document sent through with available times for a call, and they choose a 15-minute slot that they're going to stick to every week when they're going to call me at that allotted time. Okay? Mostly it's early in the afternoon. So they have a weekly call and we have 15 minutes. And at that point I expect them to have questions about the training. I expect them to have comments. I also have my own questions, and we discuss how training's gone on. If that's all done and we've still got 5 minutes left, then we just chat about them and I get to know them a bit more while we're chatting on the phone. So we could be chatting about their family, about their dog, about their holiday, about which football team they support, about what's happening in the news. Okay, so it's about building relationship. Monday morning, I also do this here. I do a weekly Training Peaks review. I sit in the coffee shop, my other office, and I go through every single athlete's training diary. So I want them all to be kept up to date. In Training Peaks, if you've done a session as it's laid out, it'll come up in green. If you've done it as laid out mostly, so 90% of the way there, it's yellow. And if you've either really overdone it or not done it at all, then it comes out in red. So I like to see a sea of green, maybe the odd yellow. If I see lots of red, I get worried, because it means either people aren't updating the information or they've really gone off-piste. Okay, so I do that. People I'm calling on, that are calling on Monday, I go through the notes with them. People who are calling later in the week, I send them a little email just so they know that I'm watching what's going on. I might have some comments or questions of my own. Okay, so they get that every week. Every year, it's on this side, they get 12 hours of face-to-face coaching if they're on the Himalayan program. So for athletes that are local, they could come and meet with me in the coffee shop, and we can talk for half an hour. We could go to the pool and I can have a look at their swimming. We could go in the gym. We could do something. For athletes that live a bit further away, they'll probably need to come for half a day or a day, particularly those that are overseas. Okay, but they get 12 hours of face-to-face coaching time per year, and it doesn't have to be coaching. As I say, it could just be sitting and chatting about everything that's happening. And this final thing down here is You're driving your car, but if you make a wrong turn, satellite navigation doesn't throw the teddy out of the cot and say, right, that's it, the journey's over now, you have to sit and wait here till everything expires. It just gives you a little reminder that you can change course or do a U-turn. Okay, as I said earlier, things change in your life, and the plans that we laid down at the beginning of the winter season may change also. It doesn't necessarily need a big change. You may make progress quicker than you thought, or you may make progress slower than you thought. So even though we have a plan, we can make adjustments to get you to the final destination. So that's how it works. It's guidance from me, it's input from you, it's all about you, and in the end it's all about me helping you and using my experience to get you to the finish line in the best shape possible. So that's it from me now. Have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2015, when I hope to be doing the same for all of you, helping you to get to the finish line in the best way possible. Bye for now.